Hi kids, I'm Super K and the word saves the day. What's that I hear?
Josh, don't be afraid. Look at all these fish.
So guess what happens next?
It's all my fault. Oh, this shit. You bet.
All you need is water, some food coloring, and
Red,
some bleach.
not red.
No, but you don't understand. My cows, my kids, even my mean wife.
Have a little one that you desire to see grow in the things of God? Subscribe to Revive Nations Kids on YouTube for an exciting array of programs every week. ReviveNations.tv is now open to live participation to our services.
Somebody shout, I'm not stuck. I know who I am. I know who is with me. Most people that perished in the desert, if you ask them, if you could interview them, and if they could relive their life, they could rethink, if they could choose correctly, they would tell you, my problem was not even my thinking problem. My problems came from the people I was connected to. If I could only choose the correct group to be with. Some people choose a group that saw themselves as a grasshopper. So when God said, I'm about to take you into the land, a promised land, they always surrounded with a group of people that says, did you even look at the giants in the land? They are going to eat us up for breakfast. They kept telling, we are like grasshoppers in their sight. But did you see their sight? Were you able to see through their eyes? Or is this your sight you're talking about? So it was never about their sight. It was all about their own sight. Because if you looked at the giants were terrified by this group of people. But these guys, their perspective, oh my goodness, it caused hundreds and thousands and 10,000s of people to perish together in the desert. Mob mentality. But there was a Joshua. And there was a Caleb that said, give me this mountain. Give me this mountain. Give me. That means that some victories that are coming to you in 2023, you can lose it by being with the wrong group of people. Being with a group of people that will look at you and they will always criticize what you're supposed to get. Their thinking could never be renewed. Listen to me, people of God. Before God can take you to a new location, you have to go into that location in your mind. One more time. You are not ready for your promised land if you don't enter that promised land in your mind. Hey, Zalantoko. Some of you have been criticizing people that are driving good cars. Good cars. Good cars. And when your car is giving you trouble, you go to God. The same God that wanted to bless you 6 months ago with a new car. But you were too busy criticizing people that had a new car. So now when God wanted to bless you with a new car, He can't locate a grace in you with a new car because you just couldn't renew your mind. Do you see how the enemy wants to steal your blessing? He wants to keep you busy and occupied with so much around you that he doesn't want you to be prepared for a blessing. He doesn't want you to be prepared. When you can see somebody being blessed, start preparing your mind. Why don't you start believing God? It says my car is coming too. Prepare your mind, prepare your mind. When you see somebody dressed up the way you wish you were dressed up, instead of criticizing them, can you start celebrating them? Instead of saying, where is it in the Bible? Where is it in the Bible? Oh, this is all prosperity. Do you understand what is happening? They're fighting their own blessing. They're fighting their own blessing. There is a deliverer that can take you out of Egypt into your promised land. But if you're hanging out with the wrong group, you will pick up stones to stone the very man that was supposed to deliver you into your blessing. Because a deliverer will come to you and say, it is a choice. You don't need to be bound. And yet everything in you will say, no, I am bound. I don't have a choice. I am bound. I am bound. But a deliverer, they are called to make outrageous statements. You're not listening. There is a grace that is on the deliverer that will come and make outrageous statement that will make you question their authenticity, that will make you question their authority, that will make you say, who made you a ruler among us? But there is a deliverer that is set inside of them that is about to do and say outrageous things that is not acceptable. How can you tell what is outrageous? Because you are not the one who fought through the nights. You didn't see my tears. You didn't see my valley. And now it is time for me to live in the house built by giants. But you know, the problem is that they will always have problem with you because they never saw you kill the giant. The problem they hate you is right now they're not part of your victories. The reason that I hate you is that they're not part of your story. But it is time for you to forget whom to please and just worry about pleasing the Lord. Oh! My God is faithful. My God is faithful. My God is faithful. Don't be stuck in your presence. Number 4, don't be stuck with the voices in your head. Don't be stuck with the wrong voices. Voices. When you go through a location, a season, a moment, a place in your life, when you go through a place in your life, that place is not a merry location. That place has a spirit of its own. So when Israelites are going through the wilderness, that place is not a merry location. That wilderness has a soul of itself. That location has a spirit of itself. Are you with me? Yes. Now that means that that location is also a person. That location is also a person. That means it has its own characteristics. And that location now can begin to function as a person. Some time ago I was teaching you. In the same way, a person is not just a person. That you can come and meet a person and you have met a location. You can meet a person and you have met a location, a place where God dwells. Some people are waiting to go to Bethel, but some people are the Bethel. If you can get to that person, you have gotten to a place. In the same manner, locations. You can visit a location and you have met a spirit. You have met a personality. The desert has its own personality. It has its own eyes. It has its own mouth. It can devour you. It has its own voice. It can speak to you. You can go through a desert and it can fatigue you so much. It can exhaust you, dehydrate you. Now you begin to hallucinate. Now you begin to hear voices. Now the desert will begin to talk to you. Now you will begin to follow the commands of the desert. You have to understand, this desert has eaten a lot of people in the past. And the desert is now talking to you, taking over your character, taking over your substance, so it can destroy you like the way it destroyed everybody else. But a child of God has a way of listening to a greater voice. Some of you, when you feel like you're having mind attacks, is it really you having a mind attack? You are going through a certain location, and that location has a way of talking to you. And that location, you are having certain thoughts, just the way a demon can possess a person. A demon can possess a building. Now the building can now start functioning as a living being, because a living spirit is possessing a building. If you can start understanding how certain entities have been hijacked by the enemy, if you can start locating that, now you as a child of God, you can now start talking to that location and start delivering locations. This year 2023, you shall not just walk into a location, but you shall deliver locations. Because God is not just interested in bringing you out of the desert, but He wants to turn your desert into a garden. So some of you are going to look at the desert that you have been working with, and you're going to say, I'm going to deliver this desert. Because the desert is a desert because of its dryness. The desert is called a desert because of how parched it is. But if you can deliver that location from that spirit of dryness, you will begin to introduce a cloud that carries a rain. And it shall rain on dry land. And now when it rains, something is going to happen. That spirit of dryness has no more place in that place. Some of you pray, God, take me out of this place. Take me out of this place. No. You don't need to take you out of the place. You just need to cast that place free. You don't need to be delivered out of the place. You are the deliverance that the place is waiting for. No. Did you hear what I said? You don't need to be delivered from that location. You are the deliverer of that location. You are sent by God with this information. You're going to look at that location and you're going to begin to talk to the location and say, you are beautiful. You're going to look at the desert and say, desert, you shall no more be a desert. I call you the garden of the Lord. You are going to speak to lifeless locations. Because remember, 23, you are the solution. If God takes you out of the land, how will the land be free? You are the only reason why the land is about to change. So instead of asking God, Lord, take me to a new location, why don't you become the deliverer of the location? There is somebody that is watching me. You are in a location that is very dry. But who said it's going to remain dry? Because you are the rainmaker. You make rain. Your presence makes rain. If you see Elijah come, you have seen the rainmaker come. Because he has a special connection with his God. That when he comes, he makes rain. Wherever Elijah is, there is going to be rain. When they prayed, you were the one God sent. Did you hear me? When they prayed, you were the one God sent as the answer to their prayer. You are the deliverance that the land is waiting for. You are the deliverer. So don't listen to the voices of that location. Don't listen to the voices of that location, because you are the deliverer. You are the desert has its own rumblings. The desert has its own lies. But your truth in your spirit, the truth in your spirit. One more time. The truth in your spirit is going to overcome every lies in your location. There are some voices that says that this location shall never be green, but because of you, that location shall be green. You see, every location, just as it has its voice, every location also has its own cravings. Don't be stuck in your cravings. What I'm giving you, this 5 things. This is what number? Yeah. You need to remember this. It'll keep you alive. It'll keep you alive. Because you see, the reason why giants are going to fall is because you are not a result of your cravings. Those that gave into their cravings perished in the desert. You didn't give into your cravings. You survived the cravings of the desert. So now God has brought you into your promised land. Now, while you're in the promised land, you have assignments to take certain giants down. But just as you are studying their weakness, these giants are also searching for your weakness. Refuse to give them that. Refuse to let them feed on your weakness. There are certain demons that are waiting to be fed by you. They are waiting. They are waiting. The way they grew, the way they survived, the way they became strong is by preying on the people's weakness. And the way you're going to overcome them is by starving their weakness. Some giants you will not have to fight. You just have to starve their weakness. Talk to me. The more you starve their weakness, they become weaker and weaker, and you become stronger and stronger. Are you following what I'm saying? So, the enemy is also studying your weaknesses. He's studying what your honeypot is. He's studying how he can trap you. He's studying what you are addicted to. The enemy, the way he can stop you from going into your promised land and extend the period of your parents' exile, is by making you make the same mistakes of your parents. So their exile now becomes your exile. Your exile should have expired a long time ago, but demons begin to exploit your weakness. But tonight we send fire. Do you know the enemy has a way of bringing a wrong date over and over again? The wrong kind of a boyfriend. He looked so cute. His smile was so disarming. He was so nice. But it was only 3 months into the relationship you realize he was just like the last 3 boyfriends. But it took you 3 months for you to realize that this also was that. In the mighty name of Jesus, we come against the spirit of disappointment. Could it be that not all the time it's the problem of the boyfriends? Could it be that something inside of you is drawn to a certain brokenness? So no matter which country you move to, no matter which passport you use, the spirit can locate you and say, I smell this on him, I smell this on her. But by the Spirit of God, but by the Spirit of God, I said, by the Spirit of the living God, we disconnect you from your past in the mighty name of Jesus. We can pray fire over these demons, but you can go home and have certain habits that you don't change. Certain habits that you don't change. Certain habits that you don't change. That re-invites these demons back into your house. Feeding back into the trauma, feeding back into the lies, feeding back into those things that you crave. You crave that love. You crave that touch. Now, he's happy to feed you that. He's happy to feed you that. So now, you let go of your destiny. You let go of your calling. You let go of your promised land because you're happy with a temporary pleasure more than an eternal gain. Temporary pleasure over eternal gains. Temporary pleasure over eternal gain. Hey, some of you need to say, I resist. What I want in 2023 is I want my identity back. You see, the crown will never come on my head until I know I am a king. There is a way when you begin to know who you are, that which is yours will start coming to you. When you begin to know who you are, that which is yours will begin to come to you. Some things are yours, but because you don't know who you are, that which is yours flee from you. Some connections that are supposed to come flee from you because you don't know who you are. Some respect that is supposed to come to you don't come to you because you don't respect yourself. You don't know who you are. But there is a grace that is shifting you this year. Take me to a place. Take me to a place that will set me free. Is anybody listening to what I'm saying? Take me to a place that will tell me what my destiny is. Take me to a place where we can flog the devil together. Take me to a place that will remind me of my promised land. Take me to a place that will remind me the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
Hello, welcome once again. Wow, what a powerful video. I hope that you were truly blessed, and I hope and pray that the word has ignited you for a new passion and a new hunger for the Lord, and He's given you practical tips on how to live your life. I just want to take a minute and thank all our partners and friends who've been partnering with Revive Nations. Without you, this would not be possible. So we truly appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed, I want you to take a minute and subscribe to all our social media platforms. And also we have our Shyju Mathew app that is available on both iOS and Android. So don't forget to download that, and you can get to hear this word anytime and anywhere. Just through your phone. We love you. Thank you once again for being part of this journey with us. Until next time, God bless you and shalom.
Many of us love Jesus by our words, Facebook posts, and scripture quotes. But when God wanted to show us how much He loved us, He gave up His only begotten Son. He is not looking for part-time Christians, nor a portion of surrender or a fraction of obedience. He is waiting for us to empty ourselves. He is not asking us for some things. He is asking us for everything. And Jesus is the only person who has the right to ask us for everything because He gave us everything.
Distance is not a barrier to God. ReviveNations.tv is now open to live participation to our services.